Okay, thank you. Yesterday we discussed the few ethical issues in research. Ethics is basically the different principles and values the researcher should keep in mind while conducting a research about what is wrong, what is right, and he should follow it during the research so that he can avoid the mistakes during the research. He can avoid the different uh, inaccuracies of the research. He can avoid the harm to the people. Yesterday we discussed few basic principles which researchers should keep in mind related to ethics. First we discussed was harm to the participants. Then we discussed informed consent. We also saw sample interview consent form that need to be signed from the participant. Then we discussed invasion of privacy, and one more discussed, that was deception. Can anybody from you tell me what was informed consent? What is informed consent? Anybody? Did you understand that?
To consider for someone, sir.
Okay. Shubham?
किंवा सर टू अग्रीमेंट करणे बिटवीन टू अटर्नी.
Okay. So informed consent, which we discussed, that states that the participants need to participate in the research voluntarily. The informed and voluntary consent from the participants is necessary. And for that, there are some guidelines from American Psychological Associations that we discussed yesterday. Now going further, another issue related to research ethics that the researcher should understand is reciprocity and trust. Have you heard of this word, reciprocity? Anybody? Start talking, please have interaction. Namrata, Preeti, Mohit. Have you heard this word?
No, sir.
सर
Okay.
एक्सचेंज ऑफ पर्टिकुलर थिंग्स.
No, sir.
एक्सचेंज करना.
Okay. So reciprocity, this word, that means reciprocal or from both the sides, mutual. In it, what this suggests is reciprocity means from both the sides. It should be equally beneficial, or it should be equal from both the sides. Reciprocal, that means from both the sides, from both the parties. So how that word means and how we should uh, imply it in our research, what we should understand from this reciprocity and trust, that we need to understand. The ethical codes increasingly emphasize the importance of openness and honesty in communicating the information about research to all the interested parties. So what ethical code says is the researcher should be open, transparent, and honest in communicating all the information about the research to all the participants and all the involved parties. So this openness, transparency, honesty can build a trust in the participants for participating in the research, that can help us to get more response from the participants. and the research should be of mutual benefit to researcher and as well as the participants. So here the reciprocity you will understand. Research should be mutually benefit to the researcher as well as the participants. It should not happen that it is of only use to the researcher. It should not happen like that. The research whatever we are conducting should be beneficial to both the parties, to the researcher as well as the participants. And therefore, you see, we used this term reciprocity and trust. So the openness, transparency, and honesty need to be maintained to build the trust of participants in your research. And whatever research you are conducting, that should be helpful or that should be beneficial to both the parties, to the researcher as well as the participants involved in your research. Have you now understood what is reciprocity and trust?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then now we'll go ahead and we'll understand the another issue in the research ethics. Another issue related to the ethics in research is affiliation and conflicts of interest. Affiliation and conflict of interest. So what this means, the affiliation, that is the funding your research, to whom it is affiliated to, and who is sponsoring your research, that need to be understood clearly, that need to be clearly seen, that whom this research belongs to, who is sponsoring or who is conducting this research, or who wants the particular findings of the research, who is getting benefited, who is sponsoring or spending money for that research. That is important. And for that, the researcher need to be very careful about the research, the way he is conducting, or the findings of the research, for what it is being used. So the affiliation fundings have potential to influence the way research issues are defined and findings are presented. So you may see that there are different institutions which may pay hefty amounts to conduct particular research in the way they want, and the findings as per their requirement to be presented or communicated to the masses, to the people, or to the society. So such affiliation need to be understood by the researcher, what the research is being sponsored by, and to what it is affiliated, who is funding to that research. That is very important. So ethical implications arise when research is financially underwritten by a source that has a vested interest. Vested interest means particular interest in favor of some party in the results. So as I said, there may be few companies or few firms or particular institutions who are interested into getting some research done in their favor to impress somebody or to attract customers. So that need to be understood by the researcher. So there the ethical implications, ethical obligations will come in picture when such interests are favored in a particular towards a particular party or towards a particular company or an institution. You will also observe that however, the research is not truly independent. Many research projects, whatever you will see in the market, those are funded by somebody. Those may be funded by particular company or funded by particular organization or a particular non-profit organization, or maybe by government. Those research are being funded. But then who is sponsoring that particular research and for what reason, that also need to be understood by the researcher. Are you getting the issue here, ethical issue which is involved here? Shubham, Namrata, Vinod, are you understanding which issue we are discussing here, or you want me to discuss it one more time? Jayan?
Sir, please repeat.
Acha.
One
So
more
many.
time.
Okay. So I will tell you in other simple language related to this topic or the particular issue which we are discussing. You will see that while we are conducting any research, that particular research is being sponsored by some some company or somebody to conduct that particular research. And researcher, while conducting such a research, he should understand who is sponsoring this research and for what reason this sponsorship or why they are uh, funding for this research, that need to be understood. So sometimes it happens that particular institution wants some research to be conducted and they sponsor or they fund provide funds to that particular research, and then while they are funding to that research, they want that result, the particular research to be conducted, and the research findings need to be drawn in their favor as per their requirement. So manipulated research is the issue. The for particular research findings which are being drawn for particular interest of some institution, so that is not ethical. That is the issue which we are discussing here. Are you getting now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is what here the researcher should understand, that when he is doing any research, he should see to it that who is funding that research and for what reason. Any research who is being conducted or funded by some institution for some unethical reasons should not be conducted, or researcher should think about particular research should be conducted or not. So then what are the different implications of this issue to the researchers? What are the different implications, means suggestions? What it implies to the researchers is that, first of all, the researcher should understand that there is possibility that questions about funding have the potential to affect the credibility of the research. Whatever research is conducted, whatever research he is planning to do, the sponsor of that particular research or who is funding that research may have impact on the trustworthiness or credibility of your research. Questions, the people who are reading or those audience who are interested in your research may also see who is funding this research, and they will question about the trustworthiness of the research. In it, if a research is being conducted by a particular institution for particular reason or for particular favorable results to be presented to the people or to the society, people will also see who is sponsor of that particular research. And if it is some institution who wants to really promote their business or to impress the society, that the objective of that particular institution also be understood by the society. So and therefore whatever research we are conducting, the trustworthiness of that research will be reduced. Therefore, to make your research credible or trustworthy to the audience who is interested in the particular research or the research findings, the researcher also should understand that they should be explicit and open about the resources that enable their research in any publication. So the researcher also should be very clear, or explicit means very clear about and open about the resources that have enabled their research in any publication. What are their motives for conducting that particular research and publish that particular research in a particular publication. Understood this point, that research ethical issue of affiliation and conflict of interest?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Is it
yes, sir.
clear to all?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
then we'll go ahead. So along with all those ethical issues which we have discussed till now, there are few legal considerations also need to be understood while conducting any research. So the first legal consideration in while conducting any research is data management. You understand what is data and also management. So data, what is data management and what is the legal consideration while conducting any research? That is, we have to understand first that routine collection and storing of digital data and the practices of data sharing raise new concerns about confidentiality and other ethical issues. So in today's digital era, you will see that a lot of information is being collected from different sources, and that information can be transferred from one place to another place in very less time, isn't it? That we all are aware of. Information nowadays, transfer of information is very quick, because we are living in a digital era. The information transfer is very quick from one place to another place. There are no boundaries. So that creates an issue for the researcher related to research. The issues which we need to understand here related to data management is that, first of all, extent to which the information can be legitimately be used for research purpose, that may be different from the original reason for collecting the data. Legitimately means for particular use which is being approved or accepted by law or by that particular research objectives. So extent to which the information can be legitimately be used for research purpose. So the purpose for which that research was being conducted and the data was collected may be different than the reason or the use for which it is being put after that collection of data. So the original reason for which the research is being conducted, and then when the data was being collected, the data can be used for other purposes. That is an issue, isn't it? Means the purpose of collecting the data and for what it is being used, if they are different, then that is an ethical issue that need to be considered. Are you getting here what the issue is exactly? Jayant want to say something? Hello. Kunal? Tell me if you have understood, say yes. If you have not understood, please tell me. I will repeat it once again. Have you understood, Vinod, Saurabh, Harish? Tejas, Narayan, Sanket, Shubham. Shall I repeat it once more time?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
थोड़ा difficult वाटलं.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Tell me like that. If you have not understood, tell me. I will explain it in a simple way. Please mute yourself. So here the issue related to data management is that, first of all, we discussed that as we are into a digital era, data transfer is very easy. Then data, whatever data is being collected can be transferred from one place to another place in very quick, very less time. That is the advantage or benefits we are having in this informational technology world. But then that also creates some issues or problems. The problem is that when we start conducting a particular research, we may have certain objectives behind conducting that research. We may have certain objectives in collecting the data for that particular research. And after collecting the data, if that collected data is being used for some other reason than which was already thought of, or which was already planned or communicated to the society, then the problem starts. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
What did you understand? Now tell me. Vinod, Kunal, tell me in your language, whatever, in your own words. If you understood, just tell me so that quickly we will go ahead. Namrata, Priti, Harish, Tejas, Narayan, Jayant, Vinod. Vinod, can you tell me? Vinod?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what did you understand? Are you understanding? Or you want me to repeat it one more time? You please tell me.
Sir, I quite difficult.
Difficult काय आहे त्यात?
समजतच नाही सर.
Sir, can you please explain it again in simple language?
सर फॉर एक्झाम्पल वगैरे काहीतरी द्या.
For example, is the PPT visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So see, for example, if a particular organization is conducting a particular research, and for that particular research, it is taking information from respondents or the consumers or the society. Understood till now?
Yes, sir.
While collecting this information, we are also collecting their telephone numbers, mobile numbers, email IDs. Isn't it? So the actual reason for which we have started conducting this research may be to understand the response of consumers towards our product. Are they satisfied about our products or not? That was the purpose of our research, main purpose for which we conducted the research. And while conducting the research, we may receive the information related to their name, place, their email ID, phone number. And after collecting this data, if that data is being used for some other purpose, if that data is sold to another party, to some insurance company, for example, an insurance company may start calling to those people for selling their policies. So is it ethical or unethical?
Unethical.
So that is the point here. The reason for which we are conducting the research or collecting the data should be used for that particular research only. The data which we are collecting should not be used for any other purpose than actually being planned for that particular research. Are you getting it now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now you tell me what did you understand? If you understood, you please tell me so that I will also be ensured that you have understood, so that I will also move ahead. Quickly, somebody take initiative. Namrata, Haridev.
Sir, when we are doing research, we should do it legally.
Correct, huh? And?
Hello.
Bolo.
Hi, sir. In this, we should not give the personal information of our customer to any other companies or any other businesses. Their information is only used for research, which we are
Okay. Huh. So see, is the PPT visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So see, once again I will tell you, the purpose of the study need to be clear, need to be communicated to the people with whom you are conducting the research or the participants who are giving the information, and whatever data we are collecting from the consumers or the respondents, that need to be used for the purpose which was decided for that particular research. It should not be used for any other purpose. If it is being used for any other purpose, then that creates a problem. So data security will comes to a picture. The extent to which the data need to be protected from unauthorized access or usage, particularly if that contain the personal information relating to individuals such as individual names, addresses, occupation, photographs. So as I told you, while doing a particular research, the researcher may collect the data related to that particular research. Maybe we have taken the example of that we are conducting a research on consumers to understand their satisfaction towards the product. And while conducting that research, we have also received the information related to their personal information like phone number, their address, their location, their email IDs. Unit. So this information should be protected. Access to this information or this research should be restricted to that particular study. If it is kept open to be accessed by everybody in the world, then what happens is sometimes there may be maybe misuse of your important personal information, and that need to be avoided. And that is one legal constraint or legal consideration we need to understand while handling any research. Is it understood? Very simple point is here. If you really attentive in the session, you will understand. Are you getting this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So again, moving ahead in the same point. So to avoid that, or so to understand this issue and avoid the further complications or problems, the researchers should draft an outline of the processing operations involved in the use of data before they actually start processing it, so they can access the legality of the use in advance. So researcher, while conducting any research, before they start the research, they should understand what processing or how that data will be collected, how what operations will be conducted, what processing will be done on that particular data. That need to be understood well before we start that research, so that the researcher also can understand what is the legality involved in the usage of that particular data very well in the advance before he starts any research. Isn't it? So the researcher should decide another thing which need to be understood is the researcher should understand who is the controller of the data, who will be the person to be contacted for or to be held responsible for the protection of that data. So researcher should decide who is the control of the data and is responsible for its uses, and on the basis of this determine which national legislations applies to this study. So while conducting a study, you should understand what processes we are going to do or what analysis we will be doing on that particular data. Also, who will be responsible to handle that particular data, to protect that data while conducting the research, or after that research, who will be the responsible for that data. That also need to be identified. And one more thing need to be understood is that what are the different national laws applicable to that particular study, so that the misuse of the data can be avoided. Are you getting the point?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Then prior to processing the researcher should define who will be the data subjects. Data subject means who will be the participants, who will be the respondents, or to whom we are going to ask the questions, to whom we will be taking the feedback. So first of all, the researcher should understand or identify who will be the data subjects. Data subject means who will be the participants, who will be the respondents, and then take precautions to respect their rights in relation to the data. So once we have understood who will be the respondents, who are the people from whom we want to take the feedback, then another thing which we also need to understand is how we can protect their right of privacy, or how we can respect their rights related to the protection of data. Getting the point? The legal consideration we discussed related to the ethical issues, that legal the data management. For your better understanding, I am explaining it to you one more time. So the data management, this legal consideration related to data management, what it says is, first of all, we are into a digital era, and because of information technology, it has been very easy to transfer the data from one place to another place in a very less time. That is the benefit we are seeking. But in that, there is the different issues also come into picture while transferring the data. The issues is, first of all, the use of the data. For what the data is being used. If the data is being, whatever collected data is there, if it is being used for the particular reason of that research, it is fine. There is no problem. But if that collected data is being used by that researcher or that particular organization for some other purpose, then that creates issue. Data security is another issue. Whatever data being collected from the respondents, maybe the names, the email IDs, locations, phone numbers, their other demographic information, all that data need to be protected, kept secure during the research and after the research. There should not be any unauthorized access to such personal information. And to avoid the issues related to this data management, what the researcher need to do is, first of all, he need to understand the different processing which we are planning to do on that particular data. Just give me a second. Hello. So we need to understand what processing or what tools we are using for analyzing that particular data, how it will be. Just नाही दिसल्या मी लेक्चर मध्ये. So the processing need to be understood. What processes, how that collected data will be processed, that need to be understood well in advance to understand what legalities will be involved in that particular research. Also, the researcher should identify the responsible person or the controller for that particular information. Who will be the responsible person and who will control that information? That need to be understood. And also the different national legislations, different legalities or laws related to collection of particular data, that also need to be understood. And one more thing that researcher should understand is, before processing the data or collecting the data, we should understand who will be the data subjects. Who are the data subjects? That means who are the participants from whom we want to collect the data. And once we understand that, we can take precautions to respect their rights in relation to the data privacy, their own rights, or keeping that data confidential. Are you getting this point on this issue related to data management?
Yes, sir.
Can you please explain? Can you please explain?
Sir, there is a live example of PUBG Mobile and Chinese apps, sir. They were
Huh.
taking the data from our people and selling to
Hmm.
China.
Mm-hmm.
So government ban the games and the apps of Chinese
Mm-hmm.
under the
Very right.
law
Very.
section 64A.
Mm-hmm. Very correct. ठीक है ठीक है. विनोद. अंतेश्वर. ऋतुजा. संकेत. सौरभ. विशांत. Vishant, are you there? Shall we go ahead? Kunal?
Yes, sir.
So, one more legal consideration we need to understand is related to copyright. Copyright also, you might have heard this word many times. What have you heard about copyright? Have you heard anything about copyright?
Yes, sir.
What have you heard?
So actually, copyright means there is a legal thing, which is no one can use any type of products like us or our identity. For example, like Parle-G or Nestle, they are not giving their copyright to anyone. Without their permission, no one can make product.
Okay. So copyright is an intellectual property right. Intellectual means that intangible property, that intellectual property in the form of information, in the form of any innovation or any data is which is intangible. So the copyright is about intellectual property rights that protects the owner of copyright from unauthorized copying. So any person who has any intellectual property right related to particular information or knowledge, he is the owner of that particular information, and he can protect that ownership of being copied by having some legal contract or some legal registrations. He can keep that ownership intact from unauthorized copying of that data by other people. In it, many times you will see that whatever information is available on internet or different social sites or anywhere, that data is getting copied by anyone, anywhere, for any purpose. In it, and it is very easy nowadays in digital era. You will see that this copy of data or information is very easy and quick. From one place to another place, any person can copy that data and transfer it to anywhere to any person in the world. So that has become very easy. But if you have conducted a research and generated some knowledge or new findings, and you want to protect that data, you can, or information, you can have copyrights. That is the intellectual property rights that you can have for particular information or particular write-up or particular knowledge. So before copying that data or before being used, before anybody wants to use that data, they will need to take the permission from the owner of that particular data, or owner of that particular knowledge or research before using that data anywhere. So for that you will see that most of the research publications like reports, books, as well as raw data such as spreadsheets and interview transcripts, they are protected by copyright. They have their own copyright. So if you want to use their information, their formats or their knowledge for some other purpose or somewhere else, you have to take the permission from the owner of that particular information, who has taken the who has signed who has done a contract related to copyright for that particular information or knowledge. So for particular research, when we are conducting, you should have a copyright, so that that data cannot be used by anyone for any other purpose, or that data cannot be misused for different purposes. So that copyright is one of the rights, or you can say which is a benefit. The copyright is a benefit to the researcher, that his data cannot be copied by anybody. That unauthorized copying can be avoided. Copying can be avoided or can be banned by anybody in the world. So if you have a copyright for that particular data or particular research, anyone who wants to copy that data for some other purpose, or want to use that information for some other purpose, they need to take the permission of the owner of that particular data. Are you getting now? Harish, Haridev?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So copyright is, we discussed copyright is an intellectual property right that protect the owner of copyright from unauthorized copying. His data will be protected with a copyright. His data cannot be used by people. If there is a misuse, there can be legal actions can be taken against those people who are misusing the information. Therefore, you will see that most of the different research publications, reports, books, some of the raw data such as spreadsheets, as well as interview transcripts, they are protected by copyright. You will see that C written in a circle. Have you seen that?
Yes, sir.
So copyright protection is there. So you cannot copy that material without permission of that owner of that data. There are written notes that the data cannot be used without any permission of the author of that particular publication or particular organization. So this copyright is helpful for the researcher to protect their data from unauthorized use of that data or misuse of the data for any other purpose. Have you now understood the legal consideration related to copyright?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So today we discussed the ethical issues related to the reciprocity and trust, the affiliation and conflicts of interest, and few legal considerations like data management and copyright. So with this, your unit number 1 gets over, and on completion of this unit 1, I am giving you one assignment which you need to write on paper, and then send me the PDF of it on email ID that I will provide you. Okay, so this is assignment number 1. There are 3 questions I have given. First is discuss typical applications of research in the business and management. Second question is a practical question, like a marketing manager of a FMCG company is facing problem of getting complaints related to product packaging. This is one issue I have put forth, and related to this issue, in context of this issue, you need to discuss the management research question hierarchy that we discussed, 6 steps, and also prepare a research proposal for this particular issue which is being discussed. And third question is related to ethical issues in research. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.